Hello everybody, my name is Kat Bowser. I'm your resident fantasy therapist and welcome to my channel. Those of you who are brand new, welcome. Those of you who are returning, welcome back. Always good to see you again. Those of you who are new, my name is Kat Bowser. I am a licensed therapist. I am also an author working on my first novel. And on my channel, I like to dig into what I consider to be the heart of writing, which are the characters. And the heart of the characters are in their psychology. So that is the angle I take on every video. We're always going to have a psychological angle that we're digging into. So this video is following my series of videos on the 9 different types of intelligences, and I've really loved doing these videos, and I appreciate all you guys' comments on them. So today we're talking about bodily kinesthetic intelligence. So, this intelligence is essentially people who have skill and knowledge of their bodies. So, these are your martial artists, these are your dancers, these are people that use their hands a lot. So, these are folks that are very hands on. These are the type of people that, in order to learn something, they need to do it. They need to have it in front of them, they need to be working on it, they need to experience it. So this one actually usually crosses over quite a bit with spatial intelligence, and I'll probably do that one next week. Because these are usually going to be like people who use their hands, like in wood or art or things like that. These are also folks that physically build themselves up. So people that are trying to get physically stronger, people who are trying to improve how fast they can go, how quick they can change directions. These are those types of folks. And I think something that is very interesting is that these are the folks, these are going to be your adrenaline junkies as a general rule. These are people that are going after that rush of energy, the feeling of danger. And we don't entirely know why, as of yet anyway. There are some theories about it. One of the theories is that these are people that are born with a naturally lower threshold for adrenaline than other people. But it could very well be a bunch of other things, and most of the time I found it's usually a bunch of other things. These are going to be your folks that are most happy when they're doing something that involves them, usually, I'm going to say, not necessarily interacting with others, but interacting with something. These are the folks that like to try and challenge themselves and make themselves to be physically better than they were before. And I think that is a strong element to this intelligence too, is just that sense of self-improvement. That is what is very prevalent through anyone who has this type of intelligence. They're not going to be happy with just, okay, well, I carved a bowl today. No, that's not going to suit them. I want to get better. I want to be able to carve more intricate things. Or I'm a blue belt now. That's great, but I want to get to a black belt, because they get what we call biofeedback from their bodies about whenever you do something, your body feeds you information about it. And these people thrive on that information. Like, okay, when I was practicing, I got this feedback of sweat. I got this feedback of feeling strong, feeling empowered. I want that. I want that again. I know you guys have probably heard of a runner's high. It doesn't necessarily exist just for runners. It can exist for anybody that does physical activity. That's something these folks are going to chase. Oddly enough, you'd be surprised, firefighters fall into this category. I don't think a lot of people think about that, but they are striving to be physically stronger. They are running into dangerous situations. They get that adrenaline rush. Now, is that why they do it? No, obviously not completely anyway. But it is one element of it. And something else that we have uncovered in research as of late is this idea about memory, and basically that it's not all up here, it's not all in your brain. There is a theory that memory is actually stored all over your entire body. Each of your cells can store snippets of memory. And that's one theory behind muscle memory, which is basically where you've developed a reflex that you weren't necessarily born with. Now, the major theory on that is that it's kind of like with Pavlov's dogs, it's behaviorism. It's something that has been created over time and time and time again with the same stimulus until it becomes natural, it becomes a reflex. But they're not entirely sure that that is completely the case. There have been some reports from people who, for example, have gotten organ transplants, and they suddenly have desires, traits, abilities that they did not have before. And nothing from the brain has been changed or moved, but something from the physical body has, and it changes their personality just slightly. So there's something going on there. We don't entirely understand what it is. The strongest theory for it right now is the idea that there is memory encoded in our cells throughout our body, in our muscle cells and our skin cells, all over the place. We don't understand the depth of that yet, but I think that is something that is definitely worth researching in the future. There's also this idea that it's not necessarily the brain that is dictating all this stuff. And again, there's only a little research on this because honestly, one of the problems with psychology is most of it is interpretation, which is very, very hard to test because it's not tactile. It's not like with like chemistry, where you say if I combine chemical A and chemical B, I get chemical C. It doesn't work that way in psychology. So what we can do is we can observe and we can make notes on what we observe and what is the most likely outcome. One story that I remember reading years ago, and for the life of me, I cannot remember where it took place. I want to say it was a college up in, I think, like Massachusetts or somewhere along those lines. A girl was headed back to her dorm room, and she was attacked on campus by someone, and she fought them off, completely, like floored the guy, and then called the police, and the guy was arrested. She had never taken any martial arts at all, but she was doing moves and describing moves that they said was something only a black belt would know, and she was doing them correctly. So where's the crux of this story? She had recently gotten a kidney transplant, and the girl that she had gotten the transplant from, according to the girl's family, was a black belt, a very good black belt. So did that transfer to the rest of her body? Don't know. I don't know. But it is definitely something to think about and something to consider. I think when you're using this in your stories, it's easy to focus on like the people that do a lot of the over-the-top physical things, like your soldiers, your athletes, your ballet dancers, that kind of thing. But don't forget the people that are going to be using their hands, like your carpenters, your mechanics, things like that, because that is a form of this intelligence as well, and it's one that honestly is usually glossed over. But I think those are the people that you're going to go to if there's an issue. Those are the people you're going to go to and say, okay, my weapon's broke, or this isn't working. These are the people I consider to be like, I would almost call them the glue of society. They're the laborers. These are the hands-on laborers, the people that keep the society running, while other folks do what we could call the white collar jobs. But the blue collar are the ones that really, they're the steam in the engine. Those are your farmers. Those are the people that are giving your heroes their food. These are your plumbers. These are your carpenters, your mechanics, your woodworkers, woodcutters, all those types of folks. So I would say if you take anything from this intelligence, keep in mind that these are the people that keep the society going. And that's something that's always fun to play with, because they're usually brushed aside, and it's fun to kind of bring to the front and say, oh, yeah, we kind of need you to eat and stay safe and all that fun stuff that we like to do when we live in a civilized world. So that is basically bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Not one I particularly think I have a lot of, but I do have a lot of respect for people that do. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little tidbit on it. Hopefully I will see you guys next time. I will upload again, like I said, every Thursday, every Sunday. I have videos that go up. If you guys are intrigued by it, make sure you subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss when I upload. As always, feel free to leave comments or suggestions. I always love taking suggestions from you guys. And until next time, I hope you guys have a good one.